Now, Friday Night Football, presented by Monteith's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Football. I'm Alex Wilcox.
And I'm Mark Scholl Jr. Week 5 for Indiana, Week 4 for Michigan. And what a perfect night for football.
Sure was absolutely beautiful. Let's go to our Spotlight Game of the Week. New Prairie hosting Mishawaka. Big NIC and 4A implications on the line tonight. We start in the second quarter. Cougar running back Chris Mays finds the hole into the end zone for the touchdown. That ties this thing up at 14 apiece. But the Cavemen answer on their next drive. Christopher Harness bounces off the edge and rolls his way across the goal line for the touchdown. Mishawaka leads 21-14 at the half. But how about the Cougars? No fight, or a lot of fight left in them. Starting the second half with some trickery, New Prairie recovers the onside kick. A nice start to the half for the Cougars. However, they would turn the ball over on downs that drive. The Cavemen got the rock back, and quarterback Sam Shively gets a nice push into the end zone. Touchdown Cavemen. They take the 27-21 lead after a missed extra point. New Prairie down to its last chance, and they try all the trickeration. A wide receiver pass, but it's intercepted. Donovan Snyder seals the deal for the Cavemen as they win 27-21. Afterwards, we got a word with Mishawaka head coach Keith Kinder.
I can't tell you how proud I am of our defense, man. Our defense forced 3 turnovers, 2 when they were heading in. It's a team win, man. A team win. Our guys competed, all right? Some things went bad. They recovered an onside kick to start the second half. We got to stop right away. I'll tell you what, I'm so proud of our kids, man. And I think we're a good football team. I think they're an incredibly good football team. These 2 teams are going to play again, all right? So it was just a great football game. That's what it was. We were fortunate enough to win, all right? But we're going to play them again, I guarantee it.
That's a big-time win for Mishawaka as the Cougars knocked out the Cavemen of the postseason last year.
Mishawaka gets that sweet revenge. Moving on. In one of the toughest matchups of the week, St. Joseph takes on Elkhart Central. Right in the first quarter, St. Joseph quarterback Ashton Ruskowski keeps it himself, punching in the touchdown. The extra point is good to give the Indians the 7-0 lead. Central looking to bounce back right with the trick play, another trick play, even fooling our cameraman there. Wyatt Hall barrels his way into the end zone to tie the game up at 7. Later in that first, Central threatening again. QB Isaiah Chandler decides to keep it for himself, bulldozing past midfield. St. Joseph defeats Elkhart Central in a back-and-forth battle, 29-27.
A third big-time NIC North matchup, Adams hosting Penn at School Field. Kingsmen up 20-14 in the third. They give it to Ryan Whiteman, who carries an Adams defender into the end zone for the touchdown. Penn extends their lead 27-14. Ensuing drive for Adams. They go for it on 4th down. Ira Armstead connects with Trey Gray to keep the drive alive. The Eagles converted 3 4th downs on the drive. They faced their 4th, though, in the red zone. Armstead flushed out of the pocket, fires to Jaden Miller at the goal line, but it falls incomplete. The drive stalls there, and Penn takes over on downs. The Kingsmen march right down the field, capped off by this scoring scamper by Trenton Horvath. That makes it a 20-point game. Penn opens conference play, knocking off Adams, 48-14.
NI South clash at Otovsky Field. Marion hosting Jimtown. Last home game of the year for the Knights. Marion's defense came to play. Third play of the game, Trey Washington tries to get to the corner, but he's dropped for a loss by a whole host of Knights. Jimtown would be forced to punt. But the Jimmies return the favor on Marion's opening drive. John Brack rolling out. His pass is bobbled and tipped into the arms of Clay Campbell for the interception, and the Jimtown Jimmies take over. Later in the first, Brack rolls out the other way and is much more successful. Tyler DeVoe tiptoes down the sideline. For a big game for the Knights, Marion wins on senior night 24-7.
Elsewhere in the NIC, Bremen keeps their perfect season alive, knocking off Clay 56-7.
And Knox beat Glenn 14-8. Falcons are still searching for that first win.
The pride of the South Side, Riley welcoming in Washington this evening. Wildcats already up 17-0 in the second. Senator Brown calls his own number and rushes right up the middle for the touchdown. Riley just keeps pouring it on, 24-0. Later in the quarter, Brown looking deep, airing it out, and it's caught down the sidelines by Jalen Jennings. 26-yard grab by the All-State receiver. Jalen Cummings puts a bow on this drive with a 12-yard run to pay dirt. That makes it 30-0. Riley rolls over Washington 44-22.
Now, back to Friday Night Football.
Welcome back. We're still rolling along here. 5 more games still to show you,
including 2 NLC games in a very competitive conference. Kids all fired up to watch Warsaw take on Northridge, and the cheerleaders, well, they're always fired up. We'll fast forward right into the fourth quarter. Warsaw up 37-14. Northridge fumbling the snap, but a good recovery by Tug Moglen, powering his way through for the first down. But Northridge unable to make it down the field, forced to punt this one away. Warsaw calling for the fair catch. Someone's setting off fireworks in mid-September. Sure, why not? Warsaw with the ball. Jacob Hahn, the big fullback, barreling his way, breaking all sorts of tackles for the first down. No other scores in this one. Warsaw defeats Northridge 37-14.
Concord has won 2 straight, looking to make it 3, hosting Goshen tonight. Minutemen up 21-3, final minute of the first half. Concord looking to score, but Carter Neveroski is sacked. How about that tackle by Goshen? Nice job. With the clock ticking, Neveroski goes for the end zone, but his pass falls incomplete, so that sets up Ariel De La Paz, who knocks through the 39-yard field goal to give the Minutemen the 24-3 lead at the half. In the third, Neveroski rolling out hits William Hayes for the nice gain. Concord all over Goshen, 34-9. Other NLC action, Northwood improves to 5-0. The Panthers top Wawasee 57-13.
And Plymouth bounces back. They hand Elkhart Memorial their second straight loss, 29-28 in overtime.
A good one.
On to the war by the shore. The Bears and Lancers playing for some serious hardware tonight. In the first quarter, Bears quarterback Nathan Long lets it fly, but the Lancers' Kyle Wojon jumps to make the interception. That sets Lakeshore up in good field position, but the Lancers would get into some trouble on 4th down. Robbie Ebling receives the pitch and dives his way across the line to gain for the first down. Later in the drive, the Lancers call out the perfect play-action play, but the pass, it's dropped by Zeke Roll. Heartbreaking. Lakeshore settles for a field goal by Kyle Wojon. That puts the Lancers on the board, and Lakeshore goes on to defeat St. Joe 13-10 in overtime.
And Edwardsburg facing Dowagiac in Dowagiac. Eddies have yet to allow a point all season. They've been in offensive firepower, and ever since really going to the state championship last year, they've just been on a roll all season long. No one could stop their running game today. Dowagiac had no answers for Edwardsburg. But take a look at this. Well, not yet. Edwardsburg is still piling on the offense, going deep to a wide open guy. How does that guy even get that wide open? Almost falls, but he doesn't, and the Eddies score there. Now, this is the moment that I'm talking about here. That's right, Edwardsburg gives up their first points of the season. No cause for concern, though. Edwardsburg easily gets the win over Dowagiac, 51-7.
Heading over to Constantine, rolling over Buchanan, already up 52-0 in the second quarter. The Buchanan band hoping to spark some excitement in the crowd. On to the third quarter now. Buchanan's Jordan Williams with the run before getting knocked out of bounds, nearly taking out our cameraman there as well. Still in the third, Buchanan QB just keeping this one for himself. Brandon Rogers with the nearly 20-yard run. Later in Buchanan's drive, Brandon Rogers, he finds Aideen Harrington for the 10-yard gain. No bad blood here. Constantine defeats Buchanan 52-0. Elsewhere, north of the state line, Cassopolis stays perfect, 82-6 over Bloomingdale.
Whew, those guys are good. Niles, meanwhile, loses their third straight, 17-3 on the road at Matawan, while Waterville falls for the first time this season in a close one, 34-30 to Fenville.